This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone, this is a quick introduction about FoXYiZ and how it works as a formula. The whole purpose is to make automation easy for both humans and also AI agents. It's a low code, no code framework. So let's dig in deeper. It's built on four primary components. That's all you'll see all the time, be it a human or AI. This F, the engine. There's X, where we have the automation capabilities. There is Y, where you design and say what you want to do, and Z as the results. This formula will stay consistently constant over a period of time for you. Anything that you build will be based on this structure. The engine itself is a Python based engine. We've packaged into an executable, so you don't need any code behind to see or edit. You just run it. It's like under the hood, just like a car's engine or a human brain. Capabilities are what we can do, what we actually can execute, be it in UI applications or API or anything that you can consistently add as you need. When we talk about what we want to do, it is all about saying that how easily I can provide that information. Should I give it in complex code structure or simple human and machine readable CSV, Excels, or JSON files? That's where we'll get into why pads and discuss more about how we can do. But to correlate, I have the engine, I have the capabilities. What do I want to do with it? Where do I want to go? From A to B. That's my journey. How did I finish that journey? Getting the dashboard view live or at the end of it, saying, you know what happened in your journey? You planned this way, it happened this way. That's exactly how we want to treat any application or system going forward that we build. So, this is where we say that the function of x and y is z. I don't need everyone to focus on all the four modules. So we divided it clearly into two sections. There's a non-technical QA where I provide my tasks and get my results as Y and Z. And then there's the SDET or an architect who says, oh, you know what? I want this engine to behave differently, or I want to edit or load more capabilities. That is where you get into F and X. That's a clear distribution. Here is how the repositories on GitHub will look like. There's a demo version, which is an end user, no code with the Python executable. It has the folder structure. You won't use these much, but the Y part of it, yes, that will be a significant value. Continue to add for your specific one requirement or multiple projects. Anything that you do will come up in Z. This is the link, download, and you can start playing. Readme.md is the best way for you to look at and see what happened there. On the right side, we have the dev, SDET, or an architect. And I still call it low code because we only have two programs. There's an fengine.py, there's a xactions.py, and xcustom.py is still not available as a feature. And these are my requirements. That's it. I don't even need OpenAI or a few of these because it's not AI inbuilt. There's nothing to do with foxes and AI. Just the fact that the formula is so easy for AI or human to understand and to work on it consistently. How do we get started? You download your Git repo or you clone it, you unpack it, you execute it. And it's simple commands. You can change your fstart.json, which will basically say what the configs are. And you'll get the results in Z with a timestamp, date stamp, screenshots, logs, everything. So it's very explainable exactly what my input was and what my output was. And this is what is the Y structure. So FXYZ, function of X and YZ boxes. Y is the part where we give clear instructions, where a machine or a human can easily understand what we're doing. The three parts team. It's a plans, actions, and then designs. What I want to do at a high level will be in my plans. What I it's think of it like my sets of test cases if you're a QA engineer. Think of it like my automation steps if I need to automate a business process. How will I do it? This is where I will say, you know what? I need to automate this process. And I'll divide it into multiple steps. And those steps, each one already refers to a existing reusable capability in our automation, which is all built under X. Design is sometimes I want to do the same, but maybe I want to do a different route, a different kind of a user, a different environment, or different stages. So I can change my avatars or data, and that goes into designs. So this plans, actions, designs becomes the main component that is very easy for the engine to say, I exactly know what you want to do. That's where we get it. Once you put it into ID or into your, um, I don't even need IDE for it. You can just put it into a directory and use CLI. The great part is how you can use any minimalistic LLM where it can understand about foxes. And all I keep telling the LLM to do, build new vibe pads. When I say vibe pad, these are my existing ones. My application must have changed. Change the way you identify things or how you act on each test scenario. And I put that as a prompt, and all that the AI LLM has to do is to create new vibe pads. Give me CSVs, give me Excels, something human and machine readable. And that's what we'll do. We'll never build a code unless you're the architect or the developer building a new F engine or X capabilities. Once you want to go to the cloud, it's extremely easy, team. We've not done the integration yet between the cloud and the desktop version. We'll do that soon. But as of now, you can log into app.foxes.com and you can sign up for free. Take whatever vibe pads that we just discussed, upload them there, and have that run on your cloud, AWS or any other cloud service provider that you want. And it'll run on a headless mode, very efficient, and it'll do everything. So it's almost like containing the entire thing into your structure. That's where enterprises and teams can start using, where they build a web front end, a cloud front end for the entire quality engineering cycle. Finally, at the end of it, it's our Z results. That's the most critical part, team. If I want to do executions, all this constant process, I want AI to do much more for me. That's where the agent comes in. The autonomous brawl agent, I say brawl because it's a cycle where we build, run, analyze, heal, and loop. Build is basically, I have too many sources of truth. They can be in Jira, they can be in Swagger, they can be in wikis or just Word or Excel sheets or just text documents. I need to convert them into foxes. format YPad structure. That's my build. Then I'll execute. Then I know, oh, you know what? I didn't write the right plans, or my actions were incorrect, or my designs were incorrect. Where my data is loaded, variables, element identifiers, all of this. Excuse me. Once we run, we know what happened in the first execution. Then you need to analyze it. What is the root cause? Where was the fault? How do we recognize if it is an issue with the system or how we are looking and running the system? It's almost like going to a mechanic and saying, I feel there's an issue with my car, but I don't know exactly what it is. Can you analyze it for me? And the mechanic might come back and say, in fact, I think you're wearing the wrong shoe. Or the mechanic may say, your engine oil is low. Let me refill. Or your tires or your wheel balancing is bad. You need to analyze that situation. That is what we want to do. And all the analysis, not just on Z, we can also analyze the Y, where the entire thing is. Remember, team, Fx, Y, Z. Z is my results. Y are my what I want to do. X are my inbuilt capabilities. F is my main engine. F and X are very silent, just an executable. All you want to do is in Y and Z. So analysis will happen there. Now heal, what do we fix? I won't go and fix the application, but I log defects. As long as we are aware that, oh, the issue is I didn't give the right element identifications or API payloads or authentication. That's what we fix. We can do it humanly. We can give it into a loop for the AI as well to do it. And that's the concept of looping. You build, you run, you analyze, you heal, you redo it. When we come back to build, your stories or your functional requirements, your PRDs might have changed. Then you run again, then you analyze, then you see how to fix them and solve it or log defects and again repeat. What does it cost you to? And remember, team, AI will cost you tokens and usage cost. Do not overuse them. Decide where you want to use AI. I might need AI for building or a human. Running, it's autonomous. I give it a roadmap and say, go do this. I don't need any human or AI involvement in it. Analysis, again human or AI. Heal, again human or AI. Loop can be automated. Need to do it. So park your AI costs, tokens, bills, and keep a AI or cost meter. How much is it running for me? What's my cost to do this? This cycle, BRAHL, is extremely easy for a human or AI to understand. And they know, oh, am I doing F, X, Y, or Z? At an enterprise orchestration switchboard, fstart.json is basically one of the starting JSONs. You can create your own versions, create multiple start, and put the config, say FoXYiZ.exe, hyphen config, f my new app.json. But primarily, what is it saying? It says what bypass we will do. I can do tagging where my plans are already tagged, and I don't need to say run them all or run specific. I have my choice over there. Headless basically makes it faster. You don't see a browser opening, so that's in your control. You can control how many parallel runs you can do at the same time. And then you can also say that, you know what? There's some secure credentials. We can put it into YD secure CSV or the environment variable with Python. That's your starting point. Now, once you start executing, you create a lot of bypass. Why visualizer will basically say, oh, you know what? You created so many stories, so many workflows. This is the visualization for it. This is how I see it. zdefects.py. And these are small bots or Python programs you can write, you can create at your end to analyze what is happening with F, X, Y, and Z. In the Z, we created something called zdefects.py. It will look at all the executions in the Z folder and get you an output which says, oh, you know what? I've seen so many defects in so many applications. Here are the key ones. Let's break them down. That gives you great insights, team. All right. At the end of it, all the heavy lifting that we used to do with setting up Selenium, Cucumber, Karate, robot frameworks, um, Playwright, excuse me. All of this is now packaged. Developers can consistently build a new executable. Users will just use it. So, and that is where, even if we compare, for me, I look at the whole thing about adoption. How easily is it to take a tool and make it enterprise ready for a large team? Everyone in the team have to do it. There's a code requirement. If I have to do Selenium Playwright or Cypress, yes. Postman Karate, yes. Excuse me. Mabel or Catalan, or let's say Tosca and all these tri-centers, you need a little bit. But Foxes were absolutely no code. Low code if you're a developer. What is the complexity first setup? Take a quick break, please.
This conference will now be recorded.
Apologize, I'm back. So we're talking about how we take these solutions, multiple tools, and implement. So how much coding we require? What is the complexity of setting up and getting started? How we can learn, and what all capabilities can we serve? End of it, what's our ROI? What's the cost are we looking at? And in this, we need to analyze both the human aspect and the AI LLM aspect, because it's not just for us to teach humans, but also AI. That is where the LLM wiki, these agents, all these models come in, where it becomes easy for both, not just for one. And that's a realization, team. And I love this statement overall. I'm going to read this as is, and let's see what it says. And thanks to Notebook LM for taking the sources of truth of what FoXYiZ is and giving a genuine, non-biased, unbiased review and opinion. So the whole presentation was built, except for where I kept my GitHub repos, screenshots. Yeah. So thank you, Notebook LM. Let's read this. FoXYiZ wasn't just built for humans to avoid coding. It was just not for humans, team. I mean, it was absolutely built for humans, but it was also for AI agents. So December 2024 is when I started working on FoXYiZ. By August 15th, 2025, we released the first MVP. And it's all because of AI. All that we were doing was easy vibe coding. FXYZ, all that is needed. It is so easy for human or AI to understand. So they can natively read. AI can read, write, and yield tests without wrestling with complex syntax, trees, or heavy IDE configurations. There's nothing, team. No complications anyway. by reducing automation to explainable mathematics, text, CSVs, human readable format, and one single engine. Thank you. We created the perfect medium for human AI collaboration. Welcome to FoXYiZ. Try it out. It's a formula that will not fail. You need to consistently build it and build any automation or agents with it. All the best.